So essentially, everybody's on a plane. Your wonder and your invention, they live in the 30-foot, 25,000-foot level. Your discernment and galvanizing live in the middle, the 20,000 and the 15,000-foot level. And then your enablement and your tenacity live closer to the ground, the 10,000-foot and the 5,000-foot level. So let's say the task or the question that came up was, and Debbie is hosting us. So thank you, Debbie. So I will use that as an example. So for example, I wonder, how do we leverage more of Debbie's brilliance? That's the question that somebody in wonder would say. So you're still at that 30,000-foot level. It's just an idea. Yeah. And then somebody in invention will say, I know Debbie's in Mexico right now. Let's go visit her and get her in person. Right. So we're all on this plane. The discerner starts to say, well, how many days do we need to stay there? Should we let Debbie know in advance? All those other questions, trying to filter, is that the best time because she's on vacation technically, or, et cetera, et cetera. So they kind of go back and forth, right? And you're still kind of in that 25,000-foot level. Eventually it's decided, okay, we're going to Mexico. It goes to the galvanizer, and the galvanizer tells all of us that are on the plane, all right, everybody, the plane's going over to Mexico. We're going to meet Debbie there. Let's get all excited, swimsuits out, all those things. So Debbie, you're going to get 20 new people coming to your place in Mexico. So now we're at the 15,000-foot level, right? The enabler says, you know what? It'd be nice if when we land, there are welcome drinks. Maybe there's a hotel just in case. What if we needed to call different Ubers or shuttles or what have you? So the enabler starts to get all of that ready. And tenacity says, okay, check, check, check. Everybody seatbelts on. We're going to land the plane. Here we go, Mexico. So we can get to Mexico, right? If it flows that easy. And in an ideal world, great. We go from 30,000 feet all the way straight down to 5,000. Now, what happens if we're already here trying to book, welcome drinks and Ubers and all those things? And then somebody from the wonder and invention say, wait, the timing might not work out. Let's just surprise her over back at Canada. And we're already here at the 10,000-foot level. What happens? The plane has to go back up. We're back at 25, 30,000 feet. And what happens? There's air sickness, right? And so imagine that in your team when you're already trying to execute and somebody says, but wait, I think I have a better idea. Is that the right time to put that idea in? Or it runs into a lot of turbulence in the middle, right? The opposite is also true, where you're up here, you're still, maybe let's go visit Debbie in Mexico. And the discerner says, is that the right idea? Do we have the best timing, etc.? And the invention and wonder say, no, you know what? Let's just do it. We can be there tomorrow. Let's go. And all of a sudden now the plane takes a nosedive. What happens then? There's also a little bit of air sickness and that feeling of oh my gosh, the plane's landing too fast. And so hopefully that kind of gives you an example and an insight.